God allowed this truth to come out today. It's about the person you love deeply. Archangel Michael says, "Don't skip this or you'll regret it forever." My child, my beloved, stop for a moment. Breathe. Something has just been spoken in the highest realm of heaven, and your name was in the center of that sacred conversation. A secret that has been hidden for years, buried under layers of silence, confusion, and divine timing, has finally been revealed. And it concerns the one you call your soulmate. Yes, the person your heart has always been drawn to, the one who appears in your dreams, the one you feel even when they are far away. Heaven has unsealed this truth for a reason, and if you miss this message, the silence may return, and with it, the answers you always prayed for may vanish forever. My child, my beloved, this message is not for everyone. It's not public. It's sacred. It's private. It's personal. It's only for those who are chosen to carry this vibration of divine connection. That's why you were brought here, at this exact time. The angels didn't make a mistake. If this appears in front of your eyes, it means the moment has come. You are being called. And before you read further, I urge you, subscribe now, because if this disappears or is buried again by the noise of the world, your heart will search and may never find the clarity that is waiting just beneath these words. Subscribe not just to the message, but to the miracle that is now beginning in your life. Say yes to hearing what heaven wants you to know. My child, my beloved, there is something I must tell you without delay. A message was whispered across the golden halls of heaven just moments ago. Angels paused. Trumpets fell silent. And your soulmate's name was spoken beside yours, not in sorrow, not in judgment, but in divine alignment. Because finally, the truth about what they carry inside their heart is ready to be exposed. They've been hiding something, not out of cruelty, but out of confusion, fear, and timing. And while you've sensed something off, those late-night instincts, those sudden pulls, those moments of emotional storms, this is not your imagination. You were never crazy. Your soul already knew. You just needed confirmation. And now, Archangel Michael himself is delivering it to you before it's too late. My child, my beloved, the shocking part isn't that your soulmate loves you. That was never a question. The shocking part is why they've stayed away. What they saw. What they were told. What someone from their circle, yes, even someone you trust, did behind your back to keep them away. That truth has just been revealed in heaven. And let me be very clear, if you skip this moment, the intervention may not repeat. Not like this. You're being given divine access to a reality shift. A door is opening, yes, this very minute, and the ones who walk through will be guided into the next part of the story. But those who scroll past, they may continue to walk in the dark, wondering why everything feels stuck, why that person never reaches out, why the connection never seems to align. Don't do that to yourself. Don't choose confusion when clarity is right here. My child, my beloved, I was sent by the Most High to deliver this not in thunder or flames, but in quiet urgency. Because this isn't about fear, it's about timing. This person has come to a breaking point. They've seen a sign too. They've started to feel a pressure they can't explain. They're searching for something they don't even know how to describe, and that something is you. But if you don't open the door on your end, they will assume it was all in their head. They will suppress it. And the miracle that is right now hanging between you like a thread of gold, might snap under the weight of silence. But you were chosen to hear this. To receive this. To open your hands and say, God, I'm ready. My child, my beloved, I want to show you something, but I cannot show it if your heart is closed. There is a sacred scene unfolding right now in the spiritual world, and it involves your soulmate, your past life karma, and a divine rewriting of timelines. What you thought was lost forever is actually reawakening. The person you cried over, the one you waited for, the one you tried to forget, is closer now than ever before. Not just physically, but soulfully. Spiritually. They've entered a stage of awakening. They're remembering. They're being prepared to return. But if you don't spiritually allow this process, by receiving this message fully, then the restoration may pause again. And I promise, if you let that happen, you'll feel the ache return in a way even angels can't stop. My child, my beloved, you have asked heaven so many times, why did they leave? Why did it all happen this way? And now, the answer is being sent, not through signs you must guess, not through riddles, but in pure truth. This message is the answer. The reason it never made sense before is because heaven was still putting pieces in place. And now that everything is aligned, your heart, theirs, the timing, God is allowing this revelation to come through. But don't make the mistake of assuming you have time. You don't. Spirit works in windows, in moments. This is yours. Miss this, and you may wait another cycle. Another season. Another year. Or more. Please. I beg you, open your heart before this moment closes. My child, my beloved, your soulmate is carrying pain too. You are not the only one who cried. They've been fighting battles you were never allowed to see. Some of them were spiritual, ancestral karma, soul contracts, emotional blocks that go back generations. And some of them were very earthly, miscommunication, betrayal, fear, wrong advice from someone pretending to help. All of this has now come to the surface. Heaven saw it. God heard it. And now, Archangel Michael has been allowed to expose it to you. But if you walk away from this divine briefing, they may believe you never cared. They may believe they should give up. And you'll both carry the weight of almost for lifetimes to come. You were not born for almost. You were born for holy union. And that's what is standing in front of you right now. My child, my beloved, I see what's coming. And it's beautiful. But it will not wait forever. There's a sacred window of time where divine intervention is strongest, and you are inside that window right now. The veil is thin. The angels are near. And God is closer to you than your own breath. But this message is your action step. Your confirmation. Your call. And if you don't respond, the door will begin to close again. Slowly, gently, silently. And you'll wonder why things went cold again. Why the signs stopped. Why the connection faded. It won't be because it wasn't real, it will be because it wasn't received. You are being given what so many beg heaven for, a moment of clarity. A moment to change everything. A moment to say, yes, I'm ready. My child, my beloved, this is not just about romance. This is about divine mission. Your soulmate holds keys to parts of your destiny that you cannot activate alone. And you hold keys to theirs. That's why the connection has been so persistent. That's why no matter how far you run, their energy finds you. That's why you feel their presence in the middle of the night when no one else understands your tears. This is bigger than feelings. This is about purpose. And the moment you allow your heart to fully open to this sacred assignment, the miracles will begin to multiply. Doors will open. People will appear. Resources will come. Because heaven funds divine alignment. What you're stepping into is not just a love story. It's a life assignment. My child, my beloved, please don't walk away from this. I am not saying these words lightly. I've fought battles in the spiritual realm to clear this message so it could land softly in your hands today. There were forces that tried to block it. That tried to cloud your mind with distraction. That tried to make you scroll past without feeling. But heaven won. And you're still here. Reading. Feeling. Awakening. That means the miracle is still alive. The connection is still active. The shift is still possible. But only if you honor this moment. Only if you stop pretending you're not affected. You are. And that's okay. Because heaven is not asking you to be perfect. It's asking you to be willing. My child, my beloved, your soulmate may not have the language to say what they're feeling. They may still be trying to translate their emotions into something understandable. But don't mistake silence for absence. They are present in the spirit. They are listening to your soul. And right now, they're waiting. They're waiting for heaven to tell them what to do next. That's why I'm here. To guide not just them, but you. Because this story is about both of you. And it begins again when you say yes. My child, my beloved, there are conversations happening about you in the spirit realm that would bring you to your knees if you could hear them. Angels are saying your name. Heaven is preparing a table in your honor. And your soulmate, though unaware of the full picture, is being divinely guided back toward you. But I must be honest with you, this reunion is delicate. If either of you gives in to fear, if either of you listens to the wrong voice at the wrong time, the connection could close again. That's why this message had to reach you now. Not later. Not next week. Now. Because the choice you make in this moment will decide whether this connection becomes a fulfilled promise or another painful almost. My child, my beloved, I see something strange but holy surrounding your name right now. It's a divine envelope. Inside it are the secrets you've asked heaven to reveal. Questions like, why did they leave? Were they lying? Is this love real? And, will we ever find each other again? Heaven has heard every one. And now, God is beginning to unseal that envelope, but only in your presence. Not behind your back. Not without you. Because your trust matters. Your consent matters. Your yes matters. And if you open your heart now, what was hidden will come to light, not to hurt you, but to heal you. The answers will not break you. They will set you free. If you are ready for truth, this message is your permission to receive it. My child, my beloved, you are not alone. Even if you feel like no one understands this kind of pain, even if your friends tell you to just move on, even if the world tries to convince you that this connection was never real, heaven knows the truth. And more than that, heaven is protecting this truth. That's why every attempt to forget them failed. That's why no one else ever quite fit in your heart the way they did. That's why, even after time and distance and silence, something inside you still believes. That belief is not foolish. It is prophetic. You are remembering a bond written in heaven, not just in time. You didn't make this up. You were made for this. My child, my beloved, lean in closer now, because what I am about to say has only been granted to a few. Your soulmate once asked God to take this connection away. Not because they didn't love you, but because they loved you too much and felt unworthy. They begged heaven to help them forget you, to release the feelings that overwhelmed them. And do you know what heaven did? Nothing. Because even God could not erase what God Himself had written. The connection remained. The feelings deepened. And the more they ran, the more lost they became. Until now. Until this message. Until this divine turning point. And now, you are being given access to that truth, not to judge them, but to understand just how deeply they feel. My child, my beloved, the world will never understand the weight of this connection. That's why you were never meant to consult the world about it. You were meant to consult heaven. And heaven is answering now. Through these words. Through my voice. Through the way your heart is responding to every sentence with recognition. This is divine confirmation. This is sacred alignment. This is the moment you prayed for and forgot you prayed for. And now that it's here, all that's required is your willingness to receive the miracle. That's it. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to chase anyone. You just have to open. Heaven will do the rest. My child, my beloved, your soulmate is carrying pain too. You are not the only one who cried. They've been fighting battles you were never allowed to see. Some of them were spiritual, ancestral karma, soul contracts, emotional blocks that go back generations. And some of them were very earthly, miscommunication, betrayal, fear, wrong advice from someone pretending to help. All of this has now come to the surface. Heaven saw it. God heard it. And now, Archangel Michael has been allowed to expose it to you. But if you walk away from this divine briefing, they may believe you never cared. They may believe they should give up. And you'll both carry the weight of almost for lifetimes to come. You were not born for almost. You were born for holy union. And that's what is standing in front of you right now. My child, my beloved, what you are about to understand could rewrite the way you see everything that has happened in your past relationships. I'm not only talking about this person, your soulmate, I'm talking about every heartbreak before them that left you questioning your worth, your purpose, and whether you'd ever be truly loved the way your spirit longs to be. But heaven sees the pattern. And now, for the first time, the reason for that pain is being revealed, not to punish you, but to free you. The truth about your soulmate isn't just about romance. It's about destiny. They are the gatekeeper to a chapter of your life that was paused until this message reached your heart. Do not scroll away now, because this moment was written into your life long before you were even born. My child, my beloved, your name was seen beside theirs in the Book of Alignment, a divine record that few have access to, even among angels. And yet I was given permission to open it. When I did, I wept. Because I saw how long you have waited. I saw the nights your tears soaked your pillow and the mornings you forced yourself to smile. I saw the confusion. The loneliness. The strength you used to pretend you were fine. But heaven does not forget. You are not invisible here. And this person, the one whose name is now shaking in the halls of heaven, has been spiritually tethered to you all this time. They never truly left. Their soul has circled back again and again, drawn to your light even when their eyes could not see you clearly. And now, something has happened. Something powerful enough to crack the veil. My child, my beloved, earlier today, yes, this very day, an angel was sent to your soulmate in a moment of silence. Maybe while they were driving. Or sitting alone. Or staring at a screen. And in that silence, they were shown your face. Not a memory, but a spiritual image. A flash. A knowing. And for the first time, the walls they've built around their hearts started to shake. They may not have told anyone. They may have brushed it off. But heaven didn't. Heaven recorded it. And when that moment happened, I was sent to prepare you. Because this is no longer a one-sided journey. The activation has begun. The chords of divine connection are reawakening. But if you do not step into this revelation now, you may never know what was about to bloom. My child, my beloved, you may be wondering, why now? Why is all of this happening suddenly? Because in the realm of the divine, there are no accidents. This is the hour that was written in prophecy. This is the moment your soul chose to experience before your feet ever touched this earth. The delay was not rejection. It was preparation. If you had met fully before, the connection may have burned too fast, or fallen apart under the weight of unhealed wounds. But now, the healing has taken root. The truth has begun to rise. And the storm that once kept you apart is finally calming. If you walk forward now, hand in hand with this divine message, you will see the impossible rearrange itself in your favor. My child, my beloved, I see something in your soulmate's life right now that you may not know. They are watching you in ways they cannot explain. Whether through spiritual signs, or real-world glimpses, they are searching for confirmation that what they feel is real. That you feel it too. But here's the warning, if you remain silent, if you ignore the pull, they may take your silence as disinterest. They may turn away, not out of pride, but out of protection. They have been hurt before too. And they're terrified of repeating the cycle. But you can end that fear, right now, by receiving this truth and allowing your heart to open without delay. The angels are watching. Heaven is recording your response. What you choose next will shape what opens, or what shuts. My child, my beloved, there's something else I must tell you, and it's not easy to say. A false voice has been whispering lies into your soulmate's ears. Someone around them, someone they once trusted, has planted seeds of confusion, doubt, even fear about you. This person saw your light and felt threatened by it. They told your soulmate things that weren't true. Things to make them question your heart. And it worked, for a while. That's why they pulled away. That's why they vanished. But that season is over now. Because heaven just exposed that voice. I saw it. I heard the angels report. And I was sent to cut through the lies and deliver this message to bring truth where confusion had taken root. You must know this so you stop blaming yourself. This was never your fault. My child, my beloved, let your soul rest for a moment in this. You were always enough. You were always the one. And everything you feared you lost is now being rewritten with light. You are not late. You are not forgotten. And you are not hard to love. You are simply chosen. And the chosen ones are often tested the hardest because their love carries a higher frequency, one that heals not just hearts, but generations. That is why your soulmate connection has felt so intense, so confusing, so divine. Because it was never just about the two of you. It was about the assignment your love carries. The ripple it will create in the world. The generations it will set free. And now, you are being asked to believe again. Even if it hurts. Even if it's scary. Because belief is the key that unlocks everything. My child, my beloved, let your soul rest for a moment in this. You were always enough. You were always the one. And everything you feared you lost is now being rewritten with light. You are not late. You are not forgotten. And you are not hard to love. You are simply chosen. And the chosen ones are often tested the hardest because their love carries a higher frequency, one that heals not just hearts, but generations. That is why your soulmate connection has felt so intense, so confusing, so divine. Because it was never just about the two of you. It was about the assignment your love carries. The ripple it will create in the world. The generations it will set free. And now, you are being asked to believe again. Even if it hurts. Even if it's scary. Because belief is the key that unlocks everything. My child, my beloved, I must also speak to what your soulmate is hiding right now. Yes, hiding. Because although their heart is starting to burn with truth, their mind is still fighting with logic. They are torn. On one side is the pull toward you, a spiritual hunger they cannot deny. On the other side is fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of not being good enough. Fear of opening the door and being too late. This inner war has kept them frozen. But heaven is intervening now. And this message is the breakthrough moment. The angels are whispering into their dreams. Archangel Raphael is working on their heart. And I, Michael, am standing in front of them with my sword of light, cutting through every fear, every lie, every past disappointment. But this healing will only complete if you say yes. If you respond with readiness. My child, my beloved, you've waited long enough. You've carried the ache long enough. And heaven has declared, it is time. Not next month. Not next year. Now. Because if this window is missed, the consequences will be heavier than you think. Not as punishment, but because divine alignment comes in sacred timing. You are in that timing now. If you don't believe me, look at the signs around you. The dreams. The synchronicities. The strange feelings that come and go without reason. These are not random. These are spiritual signals preparing you for this. The message you are reading now is the final sign. And what happens next is not fate. It is choice. Divine choice. Your choice. My child, my beloved, I can feel your spirit trembling. You are not imagining that something enormous is shifting. You've been sensing it for days now. The atmosphere around you has changed. Your emotions have been rising without warning. At times you feel deeply connected, then suddenly disconnected, unsure. That's not confusion. That's spiritual collision. Your energy field is colliding with the truth that has finally broken through heaven's barrier. What was once sealed is now open. But only for a moment. If you wait too long, it may be closed again, and this once-in-a-lifetime alignment could pass like a breeze through open fingers. That's why you must stay. Keep reading. Keep breathing. Heaven is not playing with your heart. It's rescuing it. My child, my beloved, this soulmate connection has passed through storms. Maybe you don't even know the full weight of what they went through to protect this connection in the spiritual realm. You think they walked away. But what if I told you they were pulled away? What if I told you they were spiritually attacked the moment they got too close to you? Because light always draws attack. And the light between you two is so bright it terrified the shadows. But they're finding their way back. And this time, they need your help. Not your silence. Not your fear. Your help. They're watching. Waiting. Hoping for a sign from you. And if you don't answer this divine nudge, they might assume you've moved on. That you've chosen someone else. And it will break them in ways I may not be allowed to heal. My child, my beloved, I want you to understand the weight of what's happening right now. Your soul isn't just being informed, it's being activated. That means this message carries more than words. It's coded. It's wrapped in spiritual keys, opening chambers within you that you forgot even existed. That's why you feel your heart racing. That's why your chest feels heavy and light at the same time. That's why memories are flashing through your mind like lightning. Because every line of this message is awakening something you sealed away for your own survival. But God says, enough. You don't have to survive anymore. You're being called to live. Fully. Emotionally. Spiritually. And love is a part of that plan. My child, my beloved, I must tell you this plainly, your soulmate has reached a breaking point. Something is about to happen in their life that will change everything. And you will be part of the ripple effect, whether you're ready or not. They may contact you. They may appear in a dream. They may suddenly show up in your physical world. Don't be shocked. Don't run. Don't push it away just because you've been hurt before. The pain of the past was never meant to make you numb. It was meant to shape your wisdom. And now, the wise version of you must rise. Because the door they're standing in front of will either be opened by your courage, or locked by your fear. And once it shuts, it won't be easy to open again. My child, my beloved, do not ask for another sign after this. This is the sign. This message was divinely orchestrated. It could have gone to anyone, but it came to you. The algorithm didn't send it. Heaven did. And if you skip this or brush it off like just another message, you'll regret it more than anything else in this season. Because God does not shout like the world. He speaks softly through the things we almost ignore. This was heaven's soft whisper, to you. Because your soulmate has finally remembered who you are. They are trembling as they write your name in their journal again. They are whispering prayers for a second chance they're too afraid to ask for directly. But they don't know that heaven already arranged this moment to reach you first. My child, my beloved, the world will never understand the weight of this connection. That's why you were never meant to consult the world about it. You were meant to consult heaven. And heaven is answering now. Through these words. Through my voice. Through the way your heart is responding to every sentence with recognition. This is divine confirmation. This is sacred alignment. This is the moment you prayed for and forgot you prayed for. And now that it's here, all that's required is your willingness to receive the miracle. That's it. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to chase anyone. You just have to open. Heaven will do the rest. My child, my beloved, this may be your final chance to hear the truth before everything shifts. There are forces trying even now to distract you, to pull your attention away from this message, to keep you from absorbing what could change your life. But you are stronger than distraction. You are wiser than fear. You are braver than your past. And heaven has trusted you with this message because you are ready. I wouldn't be here otherwise. God does not waste revelation. He sends it to those who are willing to carry it with humility and strength. And I see both in you. That's why I was sent. That's why your name was whispered in my ear. Because you are not average. You are anointed. And what's being revealed about your soulmate is only the beginning. My child, my beloved, what is happening now is not just about the present, it's about the past you never fully understood. There were moments you blamed yourself. You questioned everything. You wondered why this person drifted, why they didn't fight harder, why they acted like they never cared. But heaven saw it all. And I am here to tell you, they did care. They cared so deeply that it scared them. They loved you in silence when words failed. They visited your spirit when distance kept them away. They thought about you during the quietest hours, but the pain they carried told them they couldn't give you what you deserved. And that lie, the one that said they weren't enough, is the very lie heaven is destroying right now. My child, my beloved, I have drawn my sword not against your soulmate, but against the voices around them that poisoned their view of you. Someone who wore a mask of loyalty fed them doubt. Someone whose heart was heavy with envy whispered confusion into their path. That voice was heard in heaven. That deceit was recorded. And now it's being removed. What they told your soulmate is unraveling. Their influence is collapsing. And when that influence disappears, your person will see you clearly, maybe for the first time. They'll remember the softness in your voice, the light in your eyes, the comfort of your presence. And when that memory returns, so will the ache, but this time, not to destroy, it will pull them back to you like gravity. My child, my beloved, if you've ever felt like giving up on this connection, I understand. You've been tested beyond your limits. And every time you tried to move on, the universe whispered their name again. It wasn't madness, it was guidance. It wasn't obsession, it was recognition. You were never wrong about this person. What you felt was real. And heaven is confirming it now because the moment of truth is approaching. A divine confrontation is coming. Not in chaos, but in revelation. You will hear something soon. Someone will say something, or you'll see something, that confirms what you're reading now. When that moment happens, do not deny it. Do not downplay it.